All right, hi, Mr. Wellen. This is my presentation on the land of Aurorium. So my record won't work, so I'm just gonna take a video, upload it to you in the text, then submit my presentation. I totally thought it was due when the submit thing was due. I don't know why I wasn't thinking it was due on the exam day. 'Cause I totally knew that, but I finished everything except the 3 books, and I kind of have an idea what I was going to do, so I'm just going to turn it in, what I got. Alright, so the series, the 3 books, I kind of have a little description of each. So the first book is called The Fall of Eldris. Eldris is a magical creature. He's been missing for many a years. He's kind of like the central being of my series and what everything's looming on, pretty much. Eldris has left the magical land of Aurorium, and Aurorium has started to fall into mayhem and chaos. And this book is the journey of Odin, the main character, trying to go and find Eldris. And as the book was going to go on, you would realize that Odin is connected to Eldris in a certain magical way. The second book is called The Battle of the Colossi. So Odin and his friends are facing new creatures called the Colossi that are threatening the kingdom. Along the way, Orin learns about his powers and the true nature of the world. The third book, The Return of Eldris. Orin is finding his greatest challenge yet. He must master everything he's learned, and in this book, the Eldris was gonna come back, and they were gonna fight together against this omnipotent being, this evil wizard who lives in the abyss, the Abyssal, which we'll get into later. So, backstory of Aurorium. The land of Aurorium is a vast magical realm full of wonder, danger. It is a place where magic is real, and the creatures that inhabit it are both beautiful and terrifying. The land is divided into pretty much 5 different regions, each with its own unique geography and people and creatures. The heart of Aurorium is Atricus. It's a place of great power and mystery, located deep within the star system. It is to be the source of the magic in the whole Aurorium universe. And those who can harness its power can create amazing feats. The heart of Aurorium is a place of great beauty with shimmering crystals, glowing orbs filling the air. The heart is protected by powerful guardians who will stop at nothing to keep the heart of Atricus safe, especially those who look to use it for evil. Those who seek the heart must be brave and strong, for the journey is long and treacherous, and the dangers along the way are great. But those who are able to reach the heart, the rewards are great, and they will gain access to the most powerful magic in the universe. At the heart of Aurorium lies the great city of Atricus, like I said, which is the seat of power for the kingdom, pretty much. Whoever rules over that land rules over the kingdom. The kingdom right now is led by a wise king who's beloved by his people, and he is assisted by his council of powerful wizards and advisors from all over the kingdom, couple from each of the 3 kingdoms, but not the Abyssal. So our first slide, this is a picture of Glacia. So to the north of Atricus lies the frozen kingdom of Glacia. It's a region known for its magical creatures and powerful magic that flows through the land. The creatures that inhabit the region are unique, obviously, you can see in the picture, adapt to cold climate, possess magical ability that allows them to survive in harsh conditions. Some of the creatures include snow spirits, who are small, mischievous creatures who have the ability to control snow and ice. There are also ice wolves, who are fierce creatures with the ability to freeze their opponents with a single breath. The magic of the region is said to be connected to ancient ruins and artifacts that can be found scattered across the Glacia. These ruins are believed to be remnants of an ancient civilization that once thrived in this region. They are said to hold great power and great knowledge, and it must take great knowledge to unlock the secrets of the old civilization. So pretty much there used to be a great civilization that lived here, and then the frost came in like magically, just like in this one region, and obviously magical. If frost was gonna come, it was gonna come over everything, but it actually stayed over just this one region. We're gonna get into that in the third book. It has something to do with the omnipotent old like warlock wizard. Yeah. So so the people of this land, they are proud and honorable people who value strength, courage, and loyalty above all else. Um, they are known throughout the land as fierce warriors, are unmatched in battle. Um, the people of Glacia are skilled in many forms of combat, from sword fighting to archery to hand-to-hand combat. They trained from a young age to become warriors, and training is rigorous and demanding. This is what they're known for in the land. They believe that only through discipline and hard work can a true warrior be produced, despite their reputation as fierce warriors. They also have a massive sense of humor and justice, obviously. They believe in fighting for what is right and do not hesitate to defend the innocent or fight against tyranny and oppression. The people of Glacia are deeply spiritual, and they believe in the power of the natural world. They see themselves as the stewards of the land, like the people that hold everything together. They work to protect the natural world and those who harm it, as I said. Overall, the people of Glacia are proud, honorable. They value strength, courage, and loyalty. So that's big. So to the south lies the desert of Sirocco. So the people who live in the desert of Sirocco are hardy and resilient. They have adapted to one of the harshest environments in the land. Many of the people are nomadic, traveling from oasis to oasis. There's many like different cities, but there's not one big capital in this area. They travel to oasis to search for food, water. They have developed unique ways of harvesting and conserving food, as they have a deep respect for their land and the natural resources that are provided in it. And one thing I want to talk about is like each land is like vastly different in a tight, I wouldn't say tight, but like a relatively small like kingdom. Like each would be like a country in its aspect, I guess, like a smaller country, pretty small country, but somehow each land, even the capital, is vastly different with like geography and like climate and stuff. So there's something going on with like Eldris, we were gonna get into, that like keeps each land that like geography, I guess. So the people of the desert of Sirocco are known for their like hospitality and their willingness to help travelers. They're probably the nicest people of the kingdom. But they also have many legends and powerful wizards who are able to control the elements, wind, the earth. These wizards and sorcerers even are said to have resided in hidden, they have hidden, I wouldn't say huts, but like magical spots where like they meet up, train, talk about magic, do magic. There are many magical creatures that inhabit the Sirocco Desert, obviously, as every place has their own. There's sand dragons, which are large winged creatures with the ability to create sandstorms, and they can also control the wind. There are also sand golems. These are large, like humanoid people that are made out of sand, stone, brick. The golems are incredibly powerful, and in this land, like nearly invisible, because they're made out of sand desert. They look like everything else. They seem to be protecting something in the middle of the desert, but no one there. The golems are nice, but they protect that very strictly. So no one's been able to figure out what they're protecting, but there's something that they're looking after and protecting in the middle of the desert, and maybe one day someone will get into that. While the magic of the vast desert of Sirocco is not well understood, like I said, there's many like weird things going on. It is clear that it is a place of great power and as it seems to be a lot of places in Aurora, mystery. Next slide. So these, as you can see in the picture, this is the city of the Mistwood, like kingdom. So to the east, the land is called Mistwood. Mistwood is a place of great beauty, dense, thick forest, misty. It is home to the people known as the Mistfolk, who are deep, caring people who are deeply connected to their home environment. They're a peaceful people they've lived in harmony for generations. They don't go to war. Obviously, they have a deep understanding of the world around them as they have a strong sense for their environment. They develop a lot of politicians, businessmen, noblemen, not too many wizards, witches, sorcerers of power, but they are good people, smart, very smart is their main thing. They have a strong sense of community, always willing to help out a neighbor. They're known for their unique way of life, which is centered to the forest and its many resources. They're like hunter-gatherers, farmers, and they've developed a deep understanding for the people and animals that live in their forest. They don't use as much magic as the other people. Like the magic that they use, which I'll talk about in a minute, is like storytelling and like certain things like that. Maybe like helping a dead plant come back to life, things of that sort, but nothing crazy magical. They're known for their beautiful music and storytelling, and they have a rich cultural heritage that is passed down. The Mistfolk, obviously I said, are deeply caring people. They're always willing to lend out a hand, even to those that come to their land and are foreigners. Despite their peaceful way, the Mistfolk are not without their challenges. The forest is home to many dangerous creatures, which is why a lot of their houses are way up in the trees. They're also always vigilant, looking to protect them and their families. They are very, very vulnerable to outside threats, like invading armies. Like I said, they're not the most go out and fight people, but they really stay committed to living in harmony with each other, and they are definitely the happiest people in the land. And then lastly, what I have is the Abyssal, pretty much a land of gloom. In the middle, there's a really big tower. No one knows how it's gone there. No one's ever been there. No one's explored the land. Well, no one's explored the land and came back and talked about it. So pretty much the Abyssal is a place of desolation, despair, where the earth is like twisted and corrupted, and it seems to be almost like cursed in a way. The sky is always dark and stormy. The air is stretched with almost like death and decay. The Abyssal is home to many, many dangerous creatures, but it seems like they're waiting for something, that they're stuck in this land, or not that they're stuck in this land, but they choose to stay, and they're not going out and fighting for some reason. So some of these include demons, undeads, and other monsters that survive in the darkness. No one lives in this land except the evil warlock, who we come to find out at the end of the first book. At the end of the first book, towards the beginning of the second book, is you'll realize why the warlock is still there, and he's been there for millennia. So he's trying to free this being called the Shadow Walker, which was destroyed by the Eldris, and can only be spawned in the Abyssal, which is where it was born. So pretty much the what was it called? The Shadow Walker. So pretty much the Shadow Walker is like the most vile, disgusting, powerful being that's ever existed in this land. And all it knows is mayhem, destruction, death. Pretty much before the land was civilized, it was raining havoc. Eldris, the power, like pretty much the central being of our universe, comes in, destroys it, banishes it, and no one knows where this like Shadow Walker came from or its backstory. But as people started to realize there's someone going on in the Dark Tower and the Abyssal, and we come to find out that this is the evil warlock. Yeah, so then I was gonna get into my 3 books. Like I said before, the first book was like pretty much gonna be like getting not as much battle, but learning about the different people, learning about their socioeconomic status, I guess. Learning how they cooperate, the magic in each thing, and how the magic like flows through the kingdom. And you'd start learning bits and pieces about like the Shadow Walker, people thinking there's like a conspiracy going on with someone in the Dark Tower, this evil warlock, which comes out to be true. But it's pretty much just trying to find out what happened to the Eldris, as it's been gone for years and no one knows why. It just randomly disappeared, and the world's slowly decaying. The monsters in the abyss are starting to like become bigger, stronger, more vicious. There's random attacks. Randomly, there's only a few, but before there was none, and they seem to be completely clung to the abyss. The second book, The Battle of the Colossi, it's these giants that come out of the abyssal. They attack the land. It's nothing like the demons that they've seen before, but almost something that's been conjured up. They don't know. All they know is destruction. They're defeated pretty easily and early in the book, and then the second half of the book is like leading up to the third book, and it's like it's leading up to finding out that you find out at the end of the second book that the evil sorcerer has found a way to bring back the Shadow Walker. And then the third book is that whole battle. It's literally just a huge battle. All the kingdoms coming together, getting all their powerful wizards going against the Abyssal. The battle happens on like many fronts, mostly between the capital and the Abyssal, which is to the west, yeah. And yeah, that's my story of Aurorium. I'm sorry that I'm getting it in 7 minutes before the time. I apologize. I had a great year through my salon. Definitely one of my favorite teachers I've ever had at Moeller. I want to say thank you for everything, and I hope you have a great summer.